Hi, my name is Linda Cabot. I want you to know this is neither scripted nor is it rehearsed. So we'll see how this goes. First of all, I don't know who will see this and when. To let you know, we're in 2020 and in the middle of what will be forever known as the Great Pandemic of 2020. It is August, and I have been in the house since March. This is the first time I've had on lipstick since March because we're wearing masks. So, no point in wearing lipstick or even pretty much putting on any makeup. So, that's a little background. I have been at the Waldensian Presbyterian Church since my birth. My parents were members. My grandfather was the first non-Waldensian elder in the Presbyterian Church in Valdez, and so I have a long heritage there. Obviously, if I'm going to talk to you about my faith story, and that is what I am here for, then you need to know that I have been in this church all of my life, and was in Sunday school, was in the youth choir, and had a really wonderful experience in this church and consider them my church family. Obviously, I moved away to college and then moved to Charlotte, met my husband, married, moved to Virginia, but eventually ended up back here and back in this church. Mine is not a mountaintop experience, except later there is a bit of a mountaintop experience, which I shall tell you about, but all this background is to let you know that I was brought up in the church, as I said, and so I came to my faith by being taught. There was no, as I said, born-again experience. And then things were going along well, and I told you we moved back to Valdez, my husband, my daughter, and I. My son was born here. Shortly after, about a year after my son was born, my husband died very suddenly. And as you can imagine what that's like, if you can imagine, and you may have been through it yourself, nothing will be the same. The whole rug of your life has been pulled out from under you. So all your expectations are gone about what life you thought you were going to have. Well, let me tell you what, that either pulls you very close to the Lord or pushes you far away. In my case, it pulled me closer because that is where I went for comfort, and that's the only source of that kind of comfort I knew. Now, I had wonderful friends, an enormously loving family. Still, in the dark of the night, none of those people were there, but the Lord was always there. So, during that time, one night, as I was fully awake, but still not up, the Lord spoke to me. And this is what He said. Don't be afraid, because I will protect your going out and your coming in. And He spoke. He spoke. Not in my head, out loud in the room. That had never happened to me before. And I was perplexed at first because I was still I was definitely drowsy. And I thought, what is that? What is that? Is that the Lord speaking to me? Which I finally determined that obviously it was, because there was no one else. The kids were asleep. There was nobody else but us in the house. And in fact, I'd have been moving it if I thought there was somebody else in the house. So that is what really gave me the full assurance that I was going to be okay, that my children were going to be okay, that He was going to provide for me, which He has in the most extraordinary way. It's pretty emotional for me to think back on. As you look back at your life, and I'm 72 now, you think, oh, I can see who He used to take me in that direction. I can see what He did for me there. I can see how He provided me the kind of job that I could afford to feed, clothe my children, keep a roof over our heads, send them to college. It's extraordinary. It's really extraordinary. So from then on, I have pretty much thought of him in pretty much as my husband. And I know that may sound strange to many of you. Sounds a little strange to me too. But that is how our relationship is. He is both my father and my protector and my husband in many ways. So I'm going to wind this up. I've so enjoyed sharing this with you. I hope it will mean something for you in your life. And just keep relying on him, as I have now for more than 30 years since he spoke to me that night. Believe he will never leave you nor forsake you.